$30,000. That's how much income disappeared literally overnight. And not because I made a bad investment or the market crashed. $30,000 all gone, all because Facebook made one decision. A decision that they would later admit was wrong. But at that time, I did not know that. All I knew was that the money was gone. All gone. And I had no idea when or if it was ever coming back. Let's back up for 1 second because this part matters. At the time that this happened, Facebook wasn't just a place I was posting content. It was a real business. A business that had just hit its best month ever. I was coming off having my third consecutive month of hitting over $30,000. This month it was $39,000. Everything was trending in the right direction until the morning of September 17th. Because I'll never forget, I woke up, went to my bathroom, checked my phone, saw a notification, and it went down something like this. What the? Honestly, my response wasn't that dramatic. I thought it would be resolved rather quickly because this isn't the first time that Facebook has flagged one of my posts. This has actually happened 2 other times. The first time is whenever I shared a post that was meant to be satire or parody. It was something that somebody else shared on X talking about a Temu factory burning down and them losing out on a couple dollars of merchandise. Now in that instance, my monetization did not get suspended, but I remember seeing the post getting fact-checked and it getting labeled that I'm sharing false information. Remember, it was supposed to be funny. At that time, I really didn't know how to fix it. I tried updating the post a few times, that didn't work. Eventually, I deleted it and it went away. Then a few months later, I got another one that actually freaked me out. The second one is whenever I shared a post of my kids when they were younger. And I'll show the post so that you can see the picture and also what was said. So you can look at that post and you probably wouldn't think anything of it. Imagine the shock when I get a notification that my monetization has been suspended and I have restrictions placed on my account because that post got flagged for child, I'm not even gonna say the other word, exploitation. I'm like, time out Facebook, time out. I'm just sharing a picture of my kids. There is nothing about this that's trying to exploit anything. That one definitely freaked me out because I don't want to get my account permanently shut down. So in that situation, I submitted a review and within 24 hours, everything was restored. Praise God. So based on those 2 experiences, I just assumed everything would work out the same. I figured the system flagged something, I would submit it for review, a human would look at it, yeah right, and everything would be restored rather quickly. Unfortunately, that is not what happened. That's not what happened at all. Instead of a quick review, I got an almost immediate response. And that's when I realized something very important. No one had actually looked at my post. So before I tell you what Facebook said about it, and before I show you how this spiraled into a 30+ day suspension, I want to show you the actual post that triggered everything. Because when you see it, you'll see why I was so confident it would be reversed. At least that's what I thought at the time. Alright, so here's the post. It's a screenshot that I found on Twitter. Somebody's sharing their investment account and how they grew it over a year. And I say, most people think that they'll work 40 years and hope they have enough. This guy turned 116K into 700K in a year by investing. This is what wealth acceleration looks like. I'm just rereading it again for the first time in several months, and I think back then I was like, okay, I get it. Today, maybe I could see the post getting flagged or getting my hand slapped, but what it feels like is I got charged for a felony for a petty misdemeanor because the initial claim was that I was promoting financial fraud or scam. Now, if I was promoting some sort of trading course like how to day trade and become a millionaire overnight, okay, I get it. But I wasn't promoting any courses. I didn't have any links to any sort of trading platforms. I was just sharing a screenshot of somebody else's success. So that's why I was pretty confident it would get reversed. So I submitted it for review and pretty quickly it came back denied. It was clearly obvious there was no human reviewing this. This was all AI generated. So at this point I realized, okay, this is a much bigger deal than I thought. What the heck am I going to do now? The only thing I knew to do was start researching everything that I could. I was on YouTube, I was in Facebook groups, I was reading Reddit threads, and the problem was that none of it was consistent. Some people said monetization came back in a few weeks, others said it took 30 days, others said months. And then I read one story that almost made me want to cry or puke or both, and they said that it took them over 8 months to get their monetization back. And at that time, I was hopeful maybe a month, but my gosh, like 8 months? I wasn't ready for that. I was taking screenshots of everything, uploading it to ChatGPT, trying to get some sort of answer because everything that it was saying was I was suspended. I wasn't banned, I wasn't kicked out, I was just suspended from monetization. One thing I want to make sure that you understand here, I could still post to Facebook. I wasn't limited on what I could post or how much I could post. I could post as much as I wanted, I just wasn't getting paid. The only thing that I knew for sure was that there was no other internal review process in Facebook. The only thing that I could do was submit an appeal to some third-party website. I figured I had nothing to lose, so I did. Even going through that process, it was pretty clear that they weren't going to review it because after I submitted submitted everything that they asked. It said basically, if we decide to review your case, you may hear from us in 2 to 3 weeks. And when I looked at the other cases that they reviewed, there weren't a lot. So it was pretty clear they weren't going to review my case. So I definitely wasn't holding my breath on that one. Something else I should also point out, at this time, I'm not meta verified. I considered it. I almost pulled the trigger many times, but I figured what's the point in paying 15, 20 bucks a month when I'm making $30,000 a month? I was afraid if I got meta verified, it may ruin everything. So I never pulled the trigger, but it would have been nice to have some sort of customer support back then. At this point, I just feel stuck. I really don't know what to do. I feel like I've exhausted everything that I could. And even though I was hopeful it would be reinstated in 30 days, I really didn't know. So instead of just sitting, waiting, hoping that it gets reinstated, I thought, you know what? Let me ask for help. I wasn't really sure who to reach out to, but there was a guy who I've been following on Facebook. He's actually one of the guys that really inspired me to post as much as I do. And his name is Josh Rincon. Now, the interesting thing about Josh is that we had never spoke. We have never had any sort of communication. So reaching out to him felt like a Hail Mary. But I sent him a DM on Instagram. Didn't hear for a few days, so I just figured I'm sure his inbox is full. I don't plan on hearing from him. Then lo and behold, he messaged me back. Bro is super helpful. Apparently he had a friend who had also gone through the exact same thing. And what this guy did was that he found people on LinkedIn that work for Meta, specifically those that worked in the creators program. And I guess by cold messaging some people from Meta, he was able to get his account reinstated. So I'm like, all right, let's go. I'm over on LinkedIn trying to find Meta employees. I'm having ChatGPT help me write a script. I have to upgrade my LinkedIn account to some premium account so I can actually message these people. And after sending out all these messages and waiting a few days, this is what I heard back. Nothing. Didn't get one damn message back. It was a complete waste of time. Now you're probably wondering, why did I think that I would be reinstated after 30 days? And I didn't make this number up. Even though on my Facebook page, there was no date that said when I would be reinstated. But if I went to my personal profile, and there was a notification that said I couldn't do any live calls, I couldn't create any ads, and everything was suspended until October 17th. Now, in those notifications, it said nothing about Facebook content monetization, but I could only assume based off that and the other times I got flagged, it made logical sense that October 17th, everything would come back. So October 17th comes, and yes, I'm on my phone, I'm refreshing, nothing. So I'm like, maybe it takes another day, 24 hours, maybe it's the morning of the 18th, nothing. I go to my personal profile to see if those restrictions were lifted. Can I make calls? Can I run ads? And it shows those are gone, but there's still no content monetization. So at that point, I had no idea what to do. I just want to cry. A couple days go by, and at this point, I'm just trying to accept the fact that I don't know when it's coming back. Let me tell you, that is not a fun place to be. It's not. Then after a few days, one thing that I did notice is that I had the option to apply for meta verification. I really didn't think that they would approve me since I was currently restricted from content monetization, but I thought, why not? So I applied on a Friday, and by that next Monday, I got approved. So I'm like, this is interesting. I can't get paid, but at least I can talk to meta support. So I issued a support ticket. I owned everything. Said, hey, here's something that I did. Just trying to get some clarification on the suspension. Because yes, I am suspended, but there is no timeline listed on when that suspension is going to be lifted. So any clarification on that would be greatly appreciated. Yes, I'm trying to kiss their ass because I want answers. And it was pretty quick getting somebody on chat support. They wanted me to provide screenshots showing everything about my suspension, not being eligible for content monetization. It's weird because I'm like, you have access to my account. Why am I providing screenshots to Meta showing that I'm suspended? Like, you're the one that suspended me. Anyway, gave him everything that they want. And the next thing that happened blew me away. They asked me for my phone number. And I'm like, wait, Meta's gonna call me? So immediately I checked the domain. I'm like, I want to make sure that I'm on Facebook.com. I'm not on some scam site. No, it was. Gave my cell phone number, and then they called me. And they called me really quick, but I still had time to grab this camera, the one I'm holding right now, because I thought this is going to be good content for later. So here's part of that conversation with Meta support.
For training and quality purposes, do you consent for the call being recorded?
I am 100% okay recording the call.
Alright, thank you. Okay, alright, let's jump to your issue today regarding your page. You mentioned that your evaluation on your page has been suspended on 17th of September, right?
That is correct.
So also check that you have requested a review on your end already, but it's been
Yeah, I think the post was made on September the 14th, and then got the notification about the suspension 17th, then did the review, which was a pretty quick denial. And then, I don't know if it was the same day or maybe the next day, I did try to file an appeal. And even that said, they may look at it, they may not. If they do review it, it may be a few weeks, and I may hear something I haven't, obviously, otherwise I would be reaching out. I'm guessing they're not going to respond.
All right, I'll try to look into this issue for you. According to the screenshot that you have sent, so I can see a few of your monetization tools that has been affected, right?
Correct.
Which are the subscriptions, the content. So you are focusing on your content monetization, right?
Correct.
Okay, let me place you on hold for 3 to 5 minutes first for me to try to look into this issue on my resources first, all right?
I'm just trying to figure out, okay, if there's a timeline, that would be great. There really just is no clarification or any sort of transparency of when the suspension is going to be lifted.
All right, no worries. I will try to look into this issue first and let me see what I can do for you, okay?
Okay, thank you.
You're most welcome.
Wow, actually, they're real people. Amazing.
Okay, right now what I can do from my end here, I will forward your page issue to our relevant team for them to review once again regarding your page that was, your monetization on your page that was suspended. So our team will do another look and try to see if there is any good news. The restriction will be lifted.
Okay. Will I get a notification via email? Or how does that work?
Okay, for now, your case will be under investigation by our team. So let's say if there are any additional information required from you, and or if there are results that has been provided by our team, I will get back to you the same chat that I having conversation with you just now.
Just out of curiosity, is there usually an estimated timeline of when I should expect to hear back from?
Okay, regarding that, actually we do not have any exact time frame because we want to ensure you have an accurate expectation. So your request involves a detailed investigation and multiple. Right now, it may need a period of time to be completed, but we will be updating you the case status from time to time. All right?
Okay, sounds good.
All right. Thank you for contacting me, Team Jeff. Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you.
After that call, I had a sense of relief. Not that anything was fixed yet, but there was a certain sense of relief knowing that a human being was actually going to review my situation. A few days go by, I'm going on that chat, seeing if they responded yet. I'm going to my Facebook page on my phone, refreshing, seeing if there's any updates. Nothing. Finally, it was about 2 days after this. It was 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I pull up the Facebook app on my phone, go to one of my posts, hit refresh, and I see something that I haven't seen in several days. One of my posts is showing some earnings. The funny thing was that the earnings only showed about 15 cents on this one post. But you have to remember, for the past 30 plus days, everything showed zeros. So I'm like, is it back? No. Is it really back? I go to another post, check the earnings, it's like 25 cents. Go to another post, I see some more pennies. Like, I'm pretty sure the 3 posts I looked at didn't total more than $1. I was so excited. Now, I wanted to celebrate, but I still hadn't received any sort of communication from Facebook. Finally, it was another 2 days later before I finally hear anything. And when I read, gave me some sort of relief, but it also gave me this sense of, are you effing kidding me? Let me show you what they said. I'm gonna put it on the screen so you can read it, but here's the gist. Upon careful review of the violation by our team, it has been determined that your account, Good Financial Sense, is in compliance with our partner monetization policies. This violation has been removed and your page now has full access to monetization. I want you to understand that I received what I would consider a severe strike, promoting financial fraud and scams. So when you go to that sort of accusation and then to tell me that now I have full access, that the violation has been removed, it's implying that somebody made a mistake. They go on to say, we apologize for any inconvenience the initial decision may have caused. We understand that it may have been upsetting when monetization was restricted. May have been upsetting. That's funny. Listen, y'all, at this point in time, yes, I could be upset. Getting suspended for 30 plus days. In the prior 3 months, I had made $30,000 a month each month. And I go from that to being unable to make any money at all. Yeah. You could say it was upsetting, but I was also grateful to get it back. And as they say, it's always important not to put all your eggs in one basket. So bottom line, what are the key takeaways here? I think first and foremost, if you truly want to take Facebook seriously, you got to get meta verified. You have to. They've already announced if you get verified on Instagram, you're going to get preference in their search results. I only have to assume that's going to work towards Facebook as well. So pay the $15 a month, get meta verified. The second thing is be careful what you post. Don't make outlandish claims. Don't post anything that is untrue just for the sake of engagement, you're gonna get dinged. I mentioned this in a previous video, also focusing on original content. I think that's something they're gonna crack down on. So if you are taking people's content, like downloading their reels or stealing their images, I think that's gonna come back to bite you as well. Overall, I still think that Facebook is an amazing platform to make a lot of money. I'm still bullish 2026. I got some crazy ambitious goals what I hope to make with Facebook content monetization. Now, if you have a page or if you've been posting for a little while, but you're not making what you would hope to be making, be sure to check out my course, Get Paid to Post. This is the exact system I've used to grow my following from 25,000 to almost 400,000 and making almost $200,000 in 2025 alone, all from Facebook content monetization. I'll have a link in the description if you want to check it out. All right, y'all, hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget, you can get paid to post on Facebook. You just got to do it. Until next time, peace.